Hey, this is Joe. I'm at Gen Con, and I'm here with Corey from Cryptozoic Entertainment, and he's here to talk a little bit about Hex.
I'm actually with Hex Entertainment.
Oh,
now.
my apologies.
No, it's fine. But I am 100% focused on Hex because Hex represents sort of the evolution of the TCG genre.
Okay.
And we have a team of 50 people right now making this dream a reality.
Wow.
So for the people who don't know what Hex is the first ever MMO TCG. And so what that means is we've taken everything that's great about an MMO and added it to everything that's great about a TCG. What does that mean? So first and foremost, it's not a TCG, it's not an MMO in the sense that you're running around a 3D world, although we actually do have, and this is again, please bear with us, a lot of this stuff is a placeholder. We actually do have a 3D world that you'll explore, but it's more a menus system than it is an actual place where you're running around like you would expect in like a third-person RPG game.
Sure.
So what we do have from the MMO standpoint is we have all the things that really relate to community. So we have guilds, we have auction house, we have friends lists, we have the ability for you to make your own character from eight races and 6 classes, level that character up, have a single player experience in dungeons with monsters and loot drops, have a multiplayer experience where you play in raids where you and 2 of your buddies will actually get together and play against a giant raid boss that has all these crazy over-the-top powers. So we have all of these really great gameplay components from an MMO, and what it does is it allows us to take everything that's fun and strategic and deep about a TCG and give it all new relevance and give it all sort of new texture. And when it comes to a TCG, that is our bread and butter. We've been making TCGs for quite a while now. They're incredibly difficult to make, balanced and fun and sustainable. But that's what my guys do. Clearly, we weren't a digital company before for Hex, and that was a steep learning curve. And I've got a very talented group of engineers. But it's been 3 years we've been working on this. We've gotten over that hump, and we finally have sort of mastered the tech side of it. But we had all along. We had that side that comes from the TCG category, the game design component. We've had that in spades, and anyone who's playing, We've had the closed beta has been going for I think about 9 weeks now. About a year ago we did a Kickstarter. Mm-hmm. We needed to raise additional funds, and the Kickstarter was a huge success. We raised $2.5 million. We put together this amazing audience. So about 9 weeks ago we had this closed beta start, and in that time we've had about 700,000 games of Hex played. We've had about 10,000 8-man draft tournaments fire off. Just an absolutely astounding response from the people who've been playing it. And the feedback we've gotten over and over and over again is that the game is incredibly fun. You look over here at this gentleman, Ben Stoll. Ben Stoll is the lead TCG designer. He's a big piece of why this game is so amazing because of his creativity and his talent. Set 1 has been so balanced, so amazing. I'll show you a little quick look. Coming up here pretty quick, we actually have a new version of the game in terms of its interface being introduced. We've actually upgraded to the new version of Unity, so you can see all of our little menus all look a little better. It's starting to look, very, very slick. I'm very, very excited. We have a complete and deep deck building interface where you can sort by any which way you want. Look at all these different cards. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit and give you an indication of why this game is so special.
Okay.
One of the things that I tried to do, and I believe that the backbone of all good game design is creativity. So the ability for the player to add their own creativity to the experience makes it so much deeper. It gives me such a more meaningful connection to whatever it is that I'm doing that I wanted to bring that into Hex. If you ask any TCG gamer where their fondest wish would be, it would be to make their own TCG card. And so I thought when I was inventing all the things that make Hex different, special, and fun, I wanted to try and bring that into it. I wanted to try and make it the first ever real sandbox TCG. And so one of the things that I did was I added what's called, let me find a good example here for you. I added what's called socketed cards. And socketed cards are cards that actually have the ability to have a gem put into them. So we'll give you this as an example. So we have the Phoenix Guard Aeronaut. And so you'll notice this little bubble right here. That is a socket. So actually I have to put it into the deck. Put it into the deck. There we go. Okay, so now you can actually click on the gem socket, and it brings up a list of different gems you can actually pop in there. And you can have stuff, everything from life drain. So you see, I'll click that, and it added that gem. Now that it has life drain, that means that every time it does damage, you gain that much health. Or I could say, for instance, rage. So you see the gem change, and now he has rage. Rage is a keyword that means every time he attacks, he gains +1 attack value. And that is, again, another example of something that we can do because the game's digital. We have a permanence. So in our game, if a card has rage and the card attacks, he gets +1 attack value. If the card's destroyed, if there's some way for you to get it back into play, it actually still has that +1 attack value.
Okay.
And so all the things that make this game special, a lot of the things that make this game special are really about the decision I made early on that we will never have a physical version of Hex.
Okay.
Never. So, when we make physical products, so that's a sacrifice. We'll never do physical Hex. The upside of that is all the design space that became available to us because we were digital only is absolutely astonishing.
Right.
And so you look at something like socketed cards or the ability to put these gems in and change what they fundamentally do, and that level of creativity that only exists because we made the decision for this to be, digital only product.
So can I ask where you acquire gems from?
You actually get them all right off the bat.
Oh, okay.
So, if you look again at that list, you'll see there's 20 gems in this first set. We're going to introduce more gems as we go. Okay. Spell Shield. We're going to introduce more gems as we go. One of the things that I make very clear about this game, it's free to play. When you first sign up, you get a starter deck. You got a starter deck trial where you can actually win some additional cards to help build that starter deck up.
Sure.
But we didn't do all the free to play bullshit. Like, I didn't charge you, and I've had people say, why didn't you charge 50 cents each for those gems? You got to unlock them.
Sure.
Not what this game is.
Okay.
We have a ton of free to play content. The PvE, once it comes in, our first batch of dungeons, all said and done, is about 40. If you jump in for free, get a starter deck, start playing, like it, and then eventually, they're not in now, but eventually, you can jump in the dungeons, you'll be able to have loot drop, PvE only cards, equipment. We have a full featured auction house in the game right now where you can go in and sell anything you have, including packs that you've won and drafts. And once you've sold those, you can sell it for gold or platinum. Gold's what you earn in the game, platinum's what you buy. And then buy other cards. So when it comes to commons and uncommons that come out of packs, to be able to buy those with money you've earned from using the auction house. Okay. So I think maybe it's a disaster. I might have made this game too free to play. You may be, not have to spend any money. Probably not the best for us, but I feel confident that we'll do okay. Right. I really wanted people to be able to jump in and have a pretty robust experience before they had to really plop down any money. Right. I think that's, for a free, I look at free-to-play games and I'll see them on my tablets and I'll free-to-play, and the first thing I'll do is look at the in-app purchases, and it's like 4 different currency types, gems, stars, double mega star. I'm like, right. No, I'm not playing this game. I have no desire to fall into your monetization nonsense.
Exactly.
And so I've tried to make this game really not about that.
Okay, great.
So that was the socketed cards. You can see the full-fledged deck editor. Lots of other great things we can do. We have cards that make other cards. Like this one enters play and creates a turtle pet, puts it into play, and the turtle pet is an actual card. So again, that idea of permanence, it made a real card.
Right.
And so that card, if it's destroyed, actually you have now 2 cards. You can actually get that card back into play. It's not just a standard token. It actually is a real full-fledged card. This build, I'm trying to look at what we have on this build so I can show you some more of the innovation. You'll also notice that next to each card there are two little boxes here.
Oh, yep.
So you can see that, those two little boxes. Now that's where the equipment lives. So on the PvE side of the game, if you go down here, you can see every deck has to have a champion associated with it. So you click on this, and it brings up a list of champions. Down PvP, there's all these different champions that are pre-generated. They have a little champion power. Those are things you can trigger during the game. In the PvE experience, you actually get to make your own champion. So you'll pick from 6 classes, 8 races. You'll level that guy up. You'll have abilities that change. But one of the really great things is you have 6 equipment slots over here. And you get to actually put on 6 pieces of equipment. And so if you look at these all have 2 pieces of equipment specifically associated with that card. So for instance, if I were to look at a card like, let's see, Oracle Song. Oracle Song says target champion draws 2 cards. Now, Oracle Song, imagine there's a pair of boots called the Songstress's Boots. And if I put on the Songstress's Boots, it will actually change what this card does. And instead of saying target champion draws 2 cards, maybe it says target champion searches deck for 2 cards. So you get to go get 2 specific cards. I mean, incredibly powerful. I'm not saying that's actually one, so don't hold me to that. I might not be. And then there would be potentially a pair of gloves, the Songstress's Gloves. And the Songstress's Gloves may say that you get to go, you draw 3 cards. So if you got both on, now you get to go look for 3 cards in your deck. So you can see how they combine together to make the card do different things and to make it more powerful. And so if you talk about the combinatorials available with socketed cards, equipment on cards, leveled characters with the specific leveled character abilities, the combinatorials are in the billions. Right. I mean, this is an actual sandbox TCG experience which has never been done. And as we play the game, as we test the game, it is so deep and so rich. It's such a nuanced experience. People's minds are going to explode. I mean, you've never played anything like this. And one of the great things also is that all the stuff I'm telling you about, it really only scratches the surface of the innovation. If you go to hextcg.com, you can look at what does it mean to have a mercenary? What does it mean to make a keep? What is keep defense? I have mode after mode after mode in this game that has never been tried, and all of them relate back into playing a TCG. And when I said earlier about guilds, just quickly as an example, guilds, you can join a guild and actually have a guild bank where you check a deck in. Other people in your guild can check the deck out, play against the people in the guild, and then make notes on it. So you can all be fine-tuning a deck basically to try to enter the next big tournament. So I mean, it's just absolutely incredible the amount of innovation we put into this game and everything that we can do. And I'm really excited for people to actually have a chance to play it. We hope, Gen Con, we have a tutorial coming in about a week. Okay. And if that's great and works, then in about 3 weeks after that, so in about a month, we hope to go to open beta. Okay. And so anyone out there can go and try the game out. Right now it's closed beta, as I said. But we hope to get the open beta going here pretty quick. Okay, so if people want more information, they can go to hextcg.com. Is that correct? You should. Go to hextcg.com. You can actually, one of the things we got from that Kickstarter that I mentioned was this amazing community. So if you also go into the forums on that site, everyone there is helpful. They're willing to answer questions. It's the most positive gaming, the best gaming community I've ever had the privilege to be associated with in 20 years in the industry. So yeah, please go check out the website. I think you'd really get a good indication of what it is we're trying to do. Okay, great. Well, there you have it, folks. That's hextcg.com.